Your Preakness is my weakness, part two. Trust the profits. This is the formula here. We're going to be talking about the Preakness stakes again. I already gave you the full field rundown once before, but we did not have the complete field. We had a bunch of guesses at that point. A lot of things have changed since then, and I do want to go back and change my winner. There, I said it. I'm going to change my winner. Taking a look at things a little bit deeper, taking a look at the size of the field, and I think that I want to make a little correction here. Here's the field. Only 8 horses for this Preakness Stakes. I mean, we've seen some bigger fields for a lot of these Derby prep races. Yeah, this is your Preakness field right here. These are the odds. May 20th, G1, 9.5 furlongs, 1 3/16 miles on dirt. Let's go. Let's start at the top with Mage. 2 wins in 4 races, one of those being the Kentucky Derby, which I'm sure you all saw. Second place at the Florida Derby, 1 length behind Forte. In that race, looked like Mage was going to win. Forte just had a whole lot to give him at the end there. Forte closed out like a beast, coming from way back. Didn't like that 11 spot very much. Or was it 10 spot? It was one or the other. Either way, he did not like it very much, but ended up getting the win there anyway. But guess what? There's no Forte in this race. It is Mage's race to win. Um, yeah, coming off 14 days rest. He's the only horse coming off 14 days rest. So there's no Derby horse in this race other than Mage, no Oaks horses that are trying their luck in the Preakness. It is just him on 14 days and the rest of the field, a whole bunch of new shooters. Blazing Sevens is one of them. Blazing Sevens hasn't won since 2022. There, I said it. Last time out, third place finish at the Bluegrass Stakes, 6 lengths behind Verifine and Tapit Trice for whatever that's worth. Both those horses did not fare well in the Derby. Poor finish at the Fountain of Youth, finishing eighth, second to last, 26 lengths behind Forte. And I guess I'll do the math there and say Fountain of Youth. He was 20 lengths behind Mage in that race, too. Um, Fourth place in the BC Juvenile, et cetera, et cetera. He was behind National Treasure in that race, who's also in this race. We'll talk about him in a moment. Not the most impressive Chad Brown horse. Just you expect him to see a turnaround at some point, show you a little something extra. This is why we thought this was a good horse back in 2022. Haven't seen it from Blazing Sevens yet. Prove me wrong in Preakness. I doubt it. Toss. National Treasure. We just spoke about National Treasure. He's a Baffert horse once again. Last time out, fourth place at Santa Anita. He was under Tim Yakteen at the time, for whatever that's worth. 3 lengths behind Practical Move and Mandarin Hero. Another horse jammed in between them. Third place at the Sham Stakes. That was under Bob Baffert. It was a 1 mile race, 5 horse race. Third place, 5 horse race. In a race that he was favored in, too. He's a heavy favorite, and he was 1 length behind in that. Came in third at the BC Juvenile behind Cave Rock, Forte, 3 3/4 lengths behind them. I mean, this is a horse that runs in big races, oftentimes smaller fields. It's disappointed me every single time. I've had enough of National Treasure. I mean, some people, especially the people on this site, they're picking him to win.
You like it in Jewish, eh?
Yeah, you like it, the juice. Um, but not me. I do not have National Treasure very high on my list. Spoiler alert. Chase the Chaos. Another one I don't have high on my list. I mean, as I'm going through these, you can see why I'm changing my picks here. So Chase the Chaos, most recently an eighth place finish, California Derby at Golden Gate, 6 lengths behind Prince of Abu Dhabi. Seventh place finish at the G2 San Felipe, 16 lengths behind in that race. I mean, he's really just living off of the El Camino Real at the Golden Gate Park. A 9 furlong race where he beat Gilmore, earned some points ahead of the Derby, but he hadn't done anything since. Chase the Chaos, toss the Chaos. First Mission, here was my winner a week ago, when I was first looking at Preakness. I thought in a field like this, came out of the Lexington, looked really good. I mean, he won the Lexington. Arabian Lion was setting the pace there. He was stalking Arabian Lion, came in strong at the end, half a length win over Arabian Lion. Looking good. I mean, an exceptional maiden special weight win, 8.5 furlongs, winning by 6 3/4. Pretty stacked field there too, as far as maiden specials go. Was defeated by Bishop's Bay. And this is a Brad Cox horse who, I mean, if he keeps doing really strong things, maybe he's better than Angel of Empire. I don't know. I'm not willing to go out on that ledge yet. Um, But in terms of thinking about that, I mean, if Mage beat Angel of Empire, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. If I don't put a lot of stock in, 14 days rest being something that's going to tire out a horse, I'm still thinking that maybe I'm rethinking first mission being my winner here. Yeah, I am. I still think he's a great horse. I think he's probably going to be at least second place, but I'm rethinking him as being the winner here. Red Route 1. Oh, I shortchanged him last time out. Yes, I didn't talk about his win at Bathhouse Row. You caught me in the comment section about that, and you were right. I give you full credit for that. An impressive win. Beat Tappet Shoes in that race. Also victory formation, Two Eagles River. There's a host of horses in that race who were at one point sniffing at the Derby a little bit, running in some Derby preps. But before that, not so great. Arkansas Derby, he was in that pack. He was 5.5 lengths behind Angel of Empire. He's in that pack that was 5 to 4 lengths behind Angel of Empire in that Arkansas Derby finish. An impressive Angel of Empire finish. Okay, Angel of Empire's not in this race. We go past that real quickly. Second to Confidence Game at the Rebel. Second to Arabian Night. Remember him and the Southwest Stakes. I mean, he's been in a lot of big races, been sniffing at it right there. You can even go back all the way to the Futurity, the Claiborne Futurity, when he was 7 lengths behind Loggins. I mean, he's a horse that's been in a lot of big races, been up there. He's a deep closer, right? So I think the distance works out for him. 9.5 furlongs. That's a good enough distance. 8 horses in this race. He needs that track. He needs less traffic. He needs a spot to move in order to advance down the stretch. I think it could sit well. It could set up well. Thank you for Red Route 1. Let's move on. Perform. Okay, perform. What are we talking about here? Six maiden special weight races, 6 different parks. Finally did it, Tampa Bay, uh, going a mile and 40, winning by 2 3/4 lengths. But most impressively was his last race out. I'll show you a clip of it right here at the Federico Tessio Stakes race. Just watch the 7 horse here.
19% Maddie se mantiene en la punta. La presión de Coffee with Chris en el tercero del tensón y trata de meterse sobre el coso en la pelea. Y el 7 viene volando. Perford contra el 5. Perford inmenso lo va a liquidar. ¡Ganó Perford!
I mean, extra credit for checking your side mirrors before making that pass. Am I right? Perform looking really good there. Obviously, it's not exactly the the deepest talent that he beat in that race. We're going to see another horse that he beat in that race coming up here on my next slide. But I like the way he moved. I like the way he's able to maneuver within traffic. He came from way back. I didn't show you the whole race, but he came from way back to end up winning that race. Perform in an 8 horse race. It could be a sneaky one here, especially at the number. Coffee with Chris.
Chris?
Yeah, there you have it. That one's for you, Brian. Coffee with Chris, 12 races, 3 wins. He's been in a lot of great, not graded stakes races, but 100K stakes races, mainly one-turn races. Just recently started going a little bit more distance. The last time out, he was in that Federico Tessio stakes race that I showed you. Lost that one by 2.5 lengths, came in 5th place, but you saw there's a large pack of horses there. So he was within the pack. Previous to that, he did have a 2nd place finish at Laurel Park, 8.5 furlongs, 2 lengths behind in that race. I'm not putting a lot of stake in this horse. He's obviously not shipping from very far. He's used to Maryland for whatever that's worth. He's been in a lot of these Laurel Park stakes races, but I am not going to go with Coffee with Chris. Who am I going to go with? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going with Mage. I just think it shakes out really well for him. I tried to beat him. I tried to put first mission there, and I'm just not buying it at the end of the day. I think Mage is just the better horse. 14 days rest, I think that's plenty. I think first mission, you got to have him in your box. He's number 2 for me right there. And then I've got Red Route 1, who I was building up earlier as a horse that always seems to be there closing, stretch out that distance. I think he's in an even better place. So Red Route 1, he makes my box here as well. Mage being the key. And then my 4th horse that I'm throwing in here, I'm going to give Perform some credit there. I'm going to say Perform. I'm putting you in that box. Do some good for me. I'm not trusting National Treasure. I think the distance is going to be an issue for him. He's probably going to want to get out in front, probably going to burn out 9.5 furlongs. I don't think that plays well into National Treasure, personally. All right. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? First of all, hit subscribe. Second of all, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think is going to win. And we will see you on the flippity flip.